Good evening, everyone. I'm so happy to have you here in Lille, more precisely at the Between Village, at the Design Center for the ROCKRIDER brand. We're so happy to have you here for this new reveal of the ROCKRIDER team. We're very happy as well to know that you are behind your screen on Facebook and YouTube. It is important because live is interactive, so if you're behind your screen, do ask your questions in the chat, because some of your questions may be asked here live, because we have an audience, journalists who are with us to ask us questions. This live presentation, I'm not going to be alone for this. On my right, Clément Douby, who is the leader of the ROCKRIDER brand. Good evening, Cyril. Okay, perfect. On my left, we have Samuel Rosses. How are you, Samuel? Very happy to be here tonight. And to joining us tonight, Stéphane Tempier as well. So we will introduce them later this evening. The idea was, of course, to reveal the new ROCKRIDER team, but it cannot exist only if we have a review of the year 2022, because we have to know what happened before to know what's going to happen in 23. For this year in review, I wanted to start with you. You're the leader of the ROCKRIDER brand. What is the role of ROCKRIDER in this? Well, ROCKRIDER is the mountain bike brand, the Decathlon. We design product for pilots from head to toes, including bikes, and make them available to the network of Decathlon and all distribution partners. And for this project that we launched a year ago, we launched the Pro Team of Cross Country with the idea of having a lab to develop as quickly as possible our products to serve our customers and offer them performance. When you talk about performance, is that to rely on the feedback of pilots to have better products and make them more accessible? It's exactly that, yes. To be more relevant, fine-tune with them, and do it as fast as possible and give access to everyone, the cross-country bikes and performance bikes, yes. Okay, so that was from the project point of view. Now, in terms of the sports balance, what do you take away from this first year? It was a very positive year for a first year. We learned a lot during this first year, and in an atmosphere that was really, at the same time, very serious and straightforward, with a lot of trust in the exchanges. Then I can confirm the competition demands high performance, relevant products with good behavior. It's all in details, and it also it is demanding in terms of timing, because you have to be ready for the events and the deadlines and be very responsive in terms of technical issues, and we did have a few hiccups. And then after having said that, it allows to provide, to bring a lot of energy to the design team, a lot of passion, a lot of pride and commitment, dedication, which is aligned with the purpose of the project to make better products for our consumers and offer performance. Now, you're talking about performance, you're talking about human aspects, and I'm going to turn to Samuel, because this first year was something that was really brand new, but as a leader of this project, manager of this project, you wrote everything. So what is your balance from the sports and human point of view? Well, over a year ago, we had a blank page and we started writing it together. And today, we have grown. And we really wanted to thank all the partners who have trusted us from the start of this blank page, because it was not that easy. And also a specific thank you to the athletes who said yes from a blank project. Lucas Dubois, Joshua Dubois, and this man here, and Emeline, our Belgian member. And this year, well, we had promised to build a team that attracted people with staff. So we built that. We built a paddock spirit, mindset, and with the recruitment that you will see later, we did attract world-level athletes, and that was our first mission. We said that last year, and you will discover the work we've done. And in terms of sports performance, Joshua materialized on the World Cups, and he has proven that we could rival with the best in the world, and we continue working. I wanted to be surrounded from the technical point of view, in terms of performance, and to go even further in terms of demands, and we are surrounded by more people. And I think that it's really a positive conclusion of the year, and we are at the start of a second stage, and I hope that we'll be making even further progress. Well, there's no doubt about that. Are you fully satisfied of the sports results and also the atmosphere? You wanted to create a very strong bond to go and get the best result, a great atmosphere in the team. Well, that was the idea that we had from the start with the team, with the ROCKRIDER team, is to be serious without taking ourselves seriously. We never took anything seriously, but you do, don't you? Yeah, well, yes, we do, but the idea was to, with this human aspect, which is, I'm a physiotherapist to start with, so the human aspect is very important for me, and it was one of the conditions of the ROCKRIDER team to create this team, but with a soul, and I hope that I've managed that, create a soul of ROCKRIDER. Well, it seems to be the case when you listen to Clément and the ROCKRIDER team. Well, thank you for this year in review, and I'm going to quickly move on to Stéphane. Before we talk about 23, I wanted you to talk about your performance. So the first year of ROCKRIDER was the last year for mountain bike. So what did you take away from 2022? Well, it was a contrasted year. It was the joy of joining ROCKRIDER, a great team that we created, that Sam created, and then a team of athletes that was really united, very dynamic. In terms of purely results, it was a bit complicated with me. I was ill early in the season. I missed the first World Cup, and then I came back. I started from really, I was lagging behind, but I managed to get in the top rank. I was a French champion in marathon, so it is a title. It's a great title. Well, we always want to go further and go beyond what we had done before. It was complicated for me, but it was positive, and then a new adventure for 2023. Yes, what's important is you closed 2022. How did you decide to go for something different in 23? Well, it started from a discussion with Samuel on a plane to the United States. I remember clearly. I could feel that the spark was missing from the great races in the World Cup. That's what I liked about the best, the top of the top. I was really lagging behind. I could feel that I couldn't be in the top 20, top 15. I couldn't content myself with that. So I was missing that spark. So I've had a great personal level, but I am not as good as before. The years, I'm getting older, so what am I going to do next year? I cannot do any better than this year, so I wanted to do something, and then we talked with Samuel about it to see what he could offer me for 23. So you worked together to write what you could do together before you took on that role of deputy team leader? Well, yes, we tried to. Sam was looking for someone on the performance side, the technical side, more on the sports, to be closer to athletes and to the equipment as well. So we talked a lot to really be clear on who does what and what you could provide to the project. Yes, and the objective is being to develop the team. So of course we were going to need that role. So I'm a test pilot as well to improve the products. because it's becoming very technical. And on the field, on the races, the day before, for recce's, and to have the right to be free-flowing and a perfect fine-tuning of the bikes. So, and I'm very happy. I'm really motivated, just like a rookie, to really take on this role for 2023. Perfect. Stéphane, thank you very much. As you may have understood from the various presenters, ROCKRIDER wants to go further in 2023. But before we talk about the presentation of the team, don't hesitate. Do ask your questions if you're following us on Facebook or YouTube. It'll be a pleasure to answer your questions later on. But now we are going to move on to what you came for, discover the pilots. Before that, jingle. I'm very happy of the girls joining the team. It's going to pull everybody upwards, and I hope that I'm going to keep my titles of Belgian champion in XG and short track. I'm very happy to join the team for 2023. I hope that I'll be able to show the colors of the team in the best ranking and flourish, because I'm the youngest one in the team. I'm very happy to join the ROCKRIDER team in 23. There's a great atmosphere in the team. I'm very impatient to discover the new equipment next year and be in the top 20 in the World Cup. This is my second season with this team. Last year I demonstrated I could do great performances in the World Cup, and the idea is to go one notch up and have the best results with a growing team.
I'm super happy to join the team. After 5 years, I took the decision to change the team. And when I first spoke to Sam, I really knew it was the right decision and the right way.
I'm American. I grew up in California. To join a French team is an incredible opportunity with a lot of people that I will learn a lot from. So I'm super excited and motivated.
Eh bien maintenant, je vous demande d'accueillir le team
welcome the team, the 2023 ROCKRIDER team, with all the pilots and these ladies making up the team. Welcome, thank you for joining us on stage. You can give them a round of applause. They really deserve it. Well, Sam, now it's up to you to introduce the pilots. We talked about 2022. Now let's talk about the future. Looking forward, this is 2023. You have made up this team. You've selected pilots for the qualities of what they're going to contribute to the team. Some were already there in last year's team. Now you have the floor to introduce them and why you chose or carried forward for Emeline, for example. Why is she still with us this year? So with the same spirit, how am I going to say this? It's a soul. It's the soul. Recruitment, you have the sports performance, results, but first and foremost, this is the soul of the team. These are great people, and I'm happy that they're here. So, Emeline, we're going to start with you. She's with us this year. She trusted us from a blank page last year, and this year she showed us that she could make incredible progress beyond the two national champion titles. She's made a lot of progress worldwide in the World Cup, and the idea was to continue the adventure to go even further. Emeline, your year in review for 2022? Well, a great year for me. I was able to keep my titles of Belgian champion, but my progress on my first year with the elite, each World Cup I had a better results. So I'm very happy of my year, and with the team we have here this year, next year it's going to be great, and we are really a good team to go forward and upwards. And you're really anxious to be there. Yeah, it'd be so good. Personal objectives for 23? Well, continue my progress in the elite and continue growing, and why not go into the top 20 in the World Cup? That's the main objective. Well, all the best then. Sam? Joe. Joshua, sorry, yes. Joe is a robust pilot on the top 10 in the World Cup throughout the year. He had to be with us again, and he wanted to follow us. It's a great pleasure to have him. Joshua, how was 2022 for you? Are you happy? Well, yes, very happy. There were some. I was really regular on the World Cup. You could even do better, but that's going to be the point next year. But I hope that. I think that it was a good year. Took my bearings, and I'm going to make further progress next year. Do better? Do you have specific objectives in mind for 23? Well, yes, I do. I was in the top 10 last year. Now we are talking about a number of aspects. We are making progress, and I hope that I'm going to get even better and try to go further. And my objective would be to try and be in the top 3, top 5, top 3 of the World Cup. That's be for 2023. Once again, we wish you all the best for this year, a good 2023 season. Samuel, we're going to stay on the same side with Olivia. Olivia is the young. How old is she? 19? She's 19, yes. She's very young, yes. And she has a project on 2 disciplines, even 3. She's dedicated to both road cycling. She's a pro road cycler and with us for mountain bike. And I was interested because I wanted her to lead her to performance on the road and with us. So we'll try and build something to succeed in both disciplines in the same season. So the road and the mountain bike season are the same dates. It's nearly at the same time. So how are you going to distribute this workload? How are you going to choose your races? Well, now it's more or less set, but it's a matter of organizations. But once everything is planned out, it should be okay. She looks reassured. It's a great program, but no, she's happy. Everything is organized. It's very important, and for some years now, it's been the case. Some athletes have got this project for 2 disciplines, and we have to work on this as well to support these young athletes who would like to have this kind of careers with 2 disciplines within the same project, and therefore it is something that I wanted to work on with Olivia. Olivia, just a question: do you have objectives for mountain bikes, or what? Well, I wanted to continue on this wake and try to be as many good performances in the World Cup. And then what about road cycling? Again, same thing. A few classic races. That'd be great if I could be in the top 3. And why not a second Grand Tour? Why not? Well, thank you very much, Olivier. Sam, next. Oh, we get to the other side. So we start with Mathis at the further end. After that, you'd be in English, huh? Right. It'd be Stéphane who can do it. So Mathis is someone who's going to, is very promising, and he's shown that being a junior vice champion and he could go fast. So therefore, the idea is that with him, we give him this regularity. That's what we're going to be working with him to, so that he reaches a very high level of performance, because he's got a great potential. And I think that I really believe in him, because he can do incredible things. It's just a bit of stability to reach the highest level and be as good on over time. Because you talk about high level and you tell me Mathis already vice world champion in juniors. Okay, well, this is high level, right? So you're talking about over time, a regularity. I need I want several days, not just one day. So that's going to be what we'll be working on. That's what the young ones are. They're very dynamic. Mathis, what about the 2022 for you? Well, I'm very happy the way it ended. It was a difficult start, but I managed to remain focused and then get my first top 3 in the World Cup in the States, and the idea was to have a medal in the World Championship, which was the case. So I was very happy to end the season like that and to be part of the 2023 ROCKRIDER team with Sam and Steph, and I'm very happy to be part of that. And then we projected 23. When you finished the year 22, you are really on safe foundations and the desire to do the best. What are your projects for 23? Well, that's the motivation. I have the motivation. I have the trust, motivation given to me by this medal of vice world champion. But as Sam said, I have to channel all this energy, because sometimes it could be a problem. So be with Steph in the team is going to allow me to talk to him and have his feedback, and Sam, same thing. And then we have a great team to go to the highest level, and I hope that we'll be doing some great work. I don't know whether you've gathered, but Mathis said I need to channel my energy. Have you? They all smiled as if it's something is going to be. It's the kind of the life of the party, isn't it? No, I don't want to. No comment. No comment. Stéphane. So he's from the south of France to start with, so he's full of energy. And sometimes, honestly, he's full of talents, and the great spirit and regularity is what we're looking for with this first year in elite next year. So I know I've been through that, and you have to really do things gradually, lay the foundations, and then maybe top 50, top 30, and then top 20. But you have to go at it gradually. No pressure the first year, but you have to learn a lot to learn as fast as possible. Mathis, we wish you a great 2023 season. Samuel, now in English. So next to him you have Samelia, who is the United States champion. She showed us over the few World Cup races that she was one of the best in the world. She wanted to join us, and it was really it showed that we were on the right track, because we worked in the first year. She's trusting us for 23, and I think that it's a gem that we just got in our team. And now you have to work with her so that she's shining even better. Should we ask a couple of questions?
Sevilla, excusez-moi, Sevilla.
Sevilla, yes. I mean, Greta is your neighbor. Sevilla, sorry. A new season, so a new project, but you can ask it in English, Stéphane. I'll give you the floor. Before we do that, I have a quick question.
Can you tell me something in French?
Ah ben oui, c'est mieux.
Je suis Sevilla et je suis contente d'être ici.
Bravo. Moi, je pense qu'on peut l'applaudir.
So Sevilla said, my name is Sevilla, I'm happy to be here. But maybe you could ask a question about the 2023 project, or how she analyzes this 2022 season, because she's got a translator. So could you tell us about your 2022 results?
Yeah, so 2022, I had a bit of a hard start to the season with some mechanicals and other problems, but we focused on some particular races. I didn't do all of the World Cups, so I was very focused on my national championships and then World Championships later in the season. So I was able to win nationals, which was a big goal of the season as my first year elite. And then, was able to finally get into the top 40 by snowshoe and World Championships to race in the short track and have a better start position. And then raced World Championships and was 13th, so was able to finish my season really well, and I was super happy to hit the goals that we put forth in the beginning of the year.
Parfait. Sam, petite
Great.
traduction,
Sam, could you summarize what well, she's working with clear objectives, and she wanted to be United States champion. She got it. She wanted to perform in the World Championship. She did. So she's going to be working next year. She'll have a very dense agenda and a calendar. It'll be a new work for her. She's only 23, so therefore we're going to be working as well on the fact that she can have this regularity all throughout the year. We could see that when she had objectives, she was a performer. Now we're going to densify this season. Perfect. Welcome to the team, and all the best for 23. Now, moving on, we're going to conclude with Greta. And Greta she's already, she has a certain experience, definite experience. She wanted to join us because she wanted to find something different, and she trusted us to provide this different thing that she's seeking. Maybe she didn't find in the previous team. So we're going forward, and I count on her, but she's already a very robust athlete with a lot of experience, a lot of races. She got a good track record, and I think we're just going to support her really calmly and have more precise objectives throughout the year. What would be the objective, Greta, you would have for 23?
Yeah, well, my 2022 season was quite good. I had some good races, but maybe I wasn't that satisfied after the good races. And the goal for the next season is to really be satisfied with my performance. And yeah, I'm starting the new season with ROCKRIDER, and already now I feel that they trust in me, and it gives me a high motivation for the next season.
Stéphane, tu peux peut-être apporter une petite
Stéphane, could you
traduction pour tout le monde?
summarize for everyone? Well, we can feel that Greta has had great performances in 22, but she was not really satisfied with what she did. So we could feel that coming here, it's not results. She feels she's motivated, she's excited to start this new season. So we could feel that we also have this psychological aspect, but we could feel what I just heard, and I could feel that I'm very happy to hear that, because we'll be working together, and it should logically show great results. Thank you everyone for your introductions. Thank you for saying a word. I think that you also spent some time together in a training camp in Girona. Could you tell us about what happened? How did you? What was your experience, Mathis? Well, the first 3 days in Girona, in Spain, we started with what you can see on the screen at the moment, where we shot a couple of videos, a couple of photo shoots. Then we trained on the bikes, and we also had a go-kart afternoon where we had lots of fun, which was good for the team. And then we had some photo shoots and videos, and then we watched the game last night, the football game, and met the people from ROCKRIDER. We had the visit of the Between Village, so it's great to be able to meet the people who are behind this project, supporting us. We could see a motivated team supporting us, so that was great to see the backstage. And now we're here tonight. A good summary, actually. Do you want to add something on the Girona camp? Well, I think that it was also very important to have. We all knew more or less each other, but we were not very close. And I think that that camp was also it was about team building as well. So it was very important to be together. We did train, but we really made the most of being together to get to know each other, and we had a lot of activities. And you have to start with that, because during a season we are away a lot of days throughout the year, and half the year it's very important that we are united, and this is what we did during these 3 days in Girona, and therefore we created good foundations, great bonds, and we are excited to meet again, and it's going to be great to pack a suitcase before we go into competitions. Sam, you were talking about the soul of the team. You wanted to create a real, genuine team. So the Girona camp was also a team building camp? Well, we did have some media obligations, which is only normal, but it was also to be in a small team. It was just us, and to make some efforts to share, because you had English, you had French, so we had fun, and we sang together. We had some parties, and therefore all this made it that we're all happy together. We can feel that they're getting closer to each other. When we talk about Girona, we can feel it was a good time. Good fun was had by all, and that you are building the soul of this team. Yes, it was really of prime importance for me. It was very early on, in early December. It was a bit early in the season, but I wanted that moment, that camp, with this new team, and we are talking about foundations, and I'll get to work. And now, as you said, 2023, we're going to look forward to 2023. It's not over yet, but the idea is that we are interactive. Ask your questions. We're going to have everyone on stage, and now it'll be up to you who are here, or the people who follow us on the social media, to ask your questions. Before we do that, jingle. So, we are back. Give them a round of applause for taking part in this. And now you have the floor. So we're going to get a couple questions. Do we have some people here who would like to ask questions? If it's not the case, we're going to save time. But so if we don't have any questions here, it means that you've been very accurate with everything you've said before. Otherwise, we have some questions from the web. So we have a question from Thierry. If we think about development, why not widen the team to endurance and DH? Well, Clément, I think that was a question for me. Thank you, Thierry, for this question. So it's part of our strategy at ROCKRIDER to focus for the moment on cross-country and to really live this experience and do it step by step. So we are focusing on this practice, this discipline for the moment, and then we shall see as the team, as this project evolves, whether we widen it to other disciplines. So for the moment, it's on your side, the project will be collective. One day your partner wants to go for a different segment of cycling. Well, we want to do the best in this first project and not be scattered in doing average things everywhere. So we want to do things properly in what we know how to do, and if the idea is to work on different things, but we don't want to be scattered. We really want to master this subject first. Raise your hand in this room. We'll give you a microphone, because the people who are following us are still very active. Oh, we have a question. We'll try to get a microphone and give it to you later. But I'm going to have asked this question from Nolan. Do you want to create a junior team? Well, yes, in the idea, why not? As I said, we're going to focus first on this first project, and the idea, of course, would be to support a maximum of athletes. and be able to grow this family. Now, first we have to really do this project properly, and once again not be too scattered, otherwise we won't do things properly. So first focus to be in the best world-class teams with the high-performance bikes, and then we'll see later. We'll take the question from the audience here. Here's a microphone. Introduce yourself first, see who's asking the question. Or we'll give you a microphone that works. Clément's microphone works. Here we go.
Oui, bonjour. Driss, collaborateur
Driss,
Decathlon.
I'm a Decathlon colleague. I have a question. Mountain bike is still in the Olympic Games in Paris. Do you have a number of nationalities here? Do we have Olympic hopes here? We haven't talked about Paris 24 is a midterm project because it's already in a year and a half, so it's coming fast. We learned that this week that we'll have the pre-Olympic race in October 23, so it's coming very fast. By recruiting at this international level, we wanted to have pilots from various countries, so that we at least there'll be 2 pilots per country as a maximum, 2 French and 2 fares for women. So some countries even 1 and 1 per gender, so it's 35 pilots at the start of the Olympic Games. So it's very limited. So it's elite. It's not just like a World Cup or World Championship. So we are recruiting with the French Olympic Games in view. Clément wanted to add something. Well, the fact that Decathlon is a Paris Olympic Games sponsor, and that Decathlon, Teddy Riner, is the leader of the Olympic teams. So 24 athletes are part of this Olympic Games, and they have 2, Joshua and Emeline, are part of. So we have 2 out of the 24 at Decathlon, part of the Olympic team. And thank you for this. We have another question from the web. I think they grouped several questions from Juan Carlos, Laurent, Elizabeth. When will you start the 23 season, and which race will you start with? Where will we see you? The first race would be in Spain. We managed to plan it out this week, this very week. So in Spain, we're going to start with an international race called just below on the 19th of February in Spain. Any further questions? Well, you've been very good in your introductions. We have a question from Luca. Before you, Mathis, will you be hopeful or elite next year? This year, it was my last year in hopefuls, and I'm going to be in elite next year. Well, welcome to the grown-ups. So, the mountain bike will be in Gemont, so we'll be at home. Who can? Clément, can you say something about it? Well, we'll have the young ones speak. Well, that's going to be a pleasure for everyone, for the whole team. We have ROCKRIDER, and the whole team here. The structure is next door, so we are going to be shining here because with the French Championship objective. But the fact that we'll be right next door, I think it'll be a bonus for us. And hopefully we'll see some people, some extra people cheering us on the roadside, so it'll be very positive. And of course, we are definitely motivated and be a great event. I think it's a good answer for this question. Thank you for that. No question from the audience? Oh, here we go. Here we go. A A question from the audience. There we go. Good evening, everyone. I have a question for Sam and Steph. I'm very happy to see so many women in the team. Is there a desire, a strategic desire, that it's simpler to win races when you're a girl, or is it a ROCKRIDER desire to make it more of a female sport? Well, Emeline was the only woman last year because the recruitment was such that I didn't want to take female pilots just for the sake of choosing them. Only Emeline was interesting for the 2022 project, and this year we were more settled, and we were in a position to choose and recruit more easily female pilots. And therefore, it is a desire to have an equal opportunity, an equal gender opportunity. When Greta wanted to join the team, they said, "Oh yes, with pleasure." And then Sevilla said, "Oh yes, with pleasure." And so a lot of pilots asked to join the team, and we had this concept of equal gender opportunity more than just one female pilot. Clément took the microphone. It was part of the program to start with, the ROCKRIDER project to start with, is to have this equal gender. From a product point of view, we wanted to have products both for women and for men. We have a collection of textile products for women are going to come quickly to stores. So we wanted, it was one of the starting points of the project. And then the concept of the international aspects that was part of this project as well, that we didn't have last year, only with Emeline, who is a neighboring country. So we wanted to have an international dimension of the team, and this is also the case this for 23. We have a question from the web. We've been talking about the team, we've seen the pilot, but it's not only the pilots. The question from Olivier, outside the pilots, what about the public relation, the mechanics, and Sam, could you answer this question? The team is made up of 3 mechanics, 2 physiotherapists, 1 press manager, 1 admin person, and some people who come and join us on a one-off basis to help us on certain races. It's about 10 people in the staff. Thank you. Cristiano, what about Glasgow 23? What race is that? Glasgow? Is the World Championship? It's the Glasgow Championship.
Yeah, for me, it's a big goal, I think, for the whole team. And yeah, I've never raced in the UK, so it will be the first time for me and maybe some others.
So it is an objective for the whole team. And are there more objectives? Do you want to be in the top 3, or do you just want to do your best? Well, the objective very clearly is to be in the top 3. Obviously, we have raised the bar for this team. Now, I mean, the top 3 is the objective, and with the games in 24, it's an objective because it's like the dress rehearsal of the Olympics. It'd be like a super championship, world championship in Glasgow. It's been great for the media, so it's a good rehearsal for the Olympic Games. Okay, perfect. Oh, yes, I wanted to say that Glasgow is an objective. We've been working for several days on it because we are learning a very song which is called The Lake of Connemara, which is not far. We've been singing this. Okay, do we have any questions from the audience here in Lille? You're very quiet. You're good at applauding, but not for questions. It's because you've been very good in what you've said so far. So the very last question from the web. So what is the preferred training teams to prepare for the Olympic Games in 24? We have a great structure from some years now. We've had in the crêpes of Bollorris next to Fréjus in the south of France with an Olympic, so-called Olympic artificial that looks like the Olympic Games. That is a great track for something that is very accurate. We don't go there very often. It's more like short periods. We go to fine-tune and test the equipment to have something that really looks like what you want to have. And they're artificial tracks, so you need some budget. And there is one in Bollorris, and with ROCKRIDER we started our first camp there last year, and we'll be there very soon. Stéphane, thank you very much. I think we've answered all the questions we had. And here in the audience, not many, but it doesn't matter. And Clément, would you like to add something to what you've just said? Well, yes, I wanted to just specify that I was here to represent ROCKRIDER, but there are many people, designers, engineers, product leaders. Could we give them a round of applause? Yes. Give them a round of applause, the whole team working in this project, and really a big thank you, because these are in constant contact with the athletes. Every Monday after the races, we exchange with them. So thank you to the whole team for what they've done. It's great, and I wish us a lot of pleasure and a lot of success for 23. Stéphane, last word? Well, I'm anxious, I'm excited to start, so I want to start. I'm really, I have this, I'm still a pilot in my mind, so I want to enter the competitions very quickly. Sam will give you the word of conclusion for this part. Well, I hope that this new team is going to make you happy, and we'll see each other again in 23 for great adventures. I wanted to wish everyone, well, extend my season's greetings, say hello to my dad who's watching us, and we'll see you again in 23. Remember, you can follow the team on the social media to see what is the latest news, and we know that you have many questions on the bikes, but the bike will be presented in early 23. You wanted to add something? Just as we like surprises, I think around the 2nd of January we'll have a surprise for you. So the 2nd of January, or early in the year, so we'll expect that. So on the 1st of January, go easy, and then on the 2nd of January we'll have an announcement from the team, ROCKRIDER team. Wish you all an excellent evening, and we wish you all a great Happy New Year for 23. I won't see you there. Thank you for being present. Give yourselves a round of applause, and have a nice evening. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.